أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله
إن الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله تعالى فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين، صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله عز وجل، وخير الهدي هدي نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. اللهم أجرنا من النار. My dear brothers and sisters, it seems like just a few moments ago we were speaking about how Ramadan is approaching us, and we were reciting the ayah أياما معدودات, that what is it but a few days. And now, subhanallah, we are here once again, having lived this reality, and we are towards the end of Ramadan. A few nights left. There is a beautiful hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu. قال لما حضر رمضان قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قد جاءكم رمضان شهر مبارك افترض الله عليكم صيامه تفتح فيه أبواب الجنة ويغلق فيه أبواب الجحيم وتغل فيه الشياطين فيه ليلة خير من 1000 شهر من حرم خيرها فقد حرم. There is an astonishing hadith that Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrates to us that once Ramadan had come in, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam had informed the Sahaba, and he had said to them that Ramadan has come to you. It is a blessed month. In it, Allah Azza wa Jal has made the fasting mandatory, wajib upon you. In this month, the gates of Jannah, the doors of Jannah are open. The doors of Jahannam, the gates are closed. The shayateen are chained. And then he ended the hadith with a very important point. And he said, in it is a night that is worth 1,000 months. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min 1000 shahr. And then the Prophet ﷺ went on to say that whoever is deprived of the goodness of this night, they are verily deprived in totality. We do not want to miss out on Laylatul Qadr. And it is from the hikmah of Allah Azza wa Jal that He had kept it hidden from us. Rather, the Prophet ﷺ had given us certain signs and instructions to follow. And we're not going to get into the discussions amongst the ulama in regards to when exactly can Laylatul Qadr be. But it is enough to say a very strong opinion that it can be from the odd nights, from within the last 10 nights of Ramadan, these nights that we are living in. And it could verily be tonight, the 27th night. We will have a khatma of the Quran, and many of the masajid will be finishing the Quran tonight. So this is a time where you want to focus. You want to get away from all distractions. And subhanAllah, we live in a time of distractions and mulhiyat, things to take you away from the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, things to take you away from being able to focus on anything. You open your phone to check one thing, and next thing you know, it's been an hour, 2 hours. You don't even notice. So in this time, we do not want to engage in these sorts of activities. When Maghrib time comes in, you put your phone on silent, turn off all the notifications. If you have to keep your phone with you for emergency purposes, that's fine. Turn off all your data. Turn off your social media. And subhanAllah, there are several virtues to this blessed night of Laylatul Qadr. And from those virtues is that it is the night of the Quran. We know that Ramadan is the month where the Quran was revealed. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also has told us, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةٍ مُبَارَكَةٍ, that this Quran has been revealed in a blessed night. And the scholars say that this is the night of Laylatul Qadr. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, he states, أنزل الله عز وجل القرآن جملة واحدة من اللوح المحفوظ إلى بيت العزة من السماء الدنيا ثم نزل مفصلا بحسب الوقائع في 23 سنة على النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu He tells us that this Quran was revealed from the sacred tablet, Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz, to the lowest heaven on this night of Laylatul Qadr. It is the night of the Quran. And for the next 23 years, the Quran was slowly revealed upon the Prophet ﷺ. And there are other opinions in this regard. But this is something to ponder over. Do you have a relationship with the book of Allah Azza wa Jal, with the Kalam Allah, the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you do not, then the night of the Quran, these last few nights, this is the time to establish that relationship and continue it throughout the rest of the year. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The Quran is heavy. When it was revealed upon the Prophet ﷺ, it would be difficult, physically speaking. Yes, I understand it's not always easy to stand in the Taraweeh. You may be tired. It may be difficult. But the Quran does not come easy. The love of Allah Azza wa Jal is not, why do we expect it to be easy? We work so hard for this dunya. How many hours in the day we spend working? Our priorities are towards this dunya, for the most part. So Ramadan teaches us that most of the excuses that we would make throughout the year are untrue. Ramadan teaches us that yes, you can pray in the masjid every day, even if you have work, even if you have kids. Yes, you can recite the Quran every day. Yes, you can make dua and get close to Allah Azza wa Jal every night. And all of this with a very busy schedule. We all know, we can agree that Ramadan is a busier month than other months. But why are we more productive in the month of Ramadan? Why can we do more? It's something to think about. So we want to carry this energy as much as possible. And it's not going to be the same after Ramadan. We're not going to see the same number of people in the salawat. But insha'Allah, each year we want to grow as a community. And we want to see gradual improvement. And every single Ramadan that passes by you should be a means to get you closer to Allah Azza wa Jal and raise your ranks in Jannah. This is the goal, insha'Allah. This night of Laylatul Qadr, my dear brother and sister, is a night where the angels, as well as Jibreel alayhi salam, they come down and the earth is packed with angels. And not only that, they bring down whatever Allah Azza wa Jal has destined for you within the upcoming year. So this leads us into dua. You want to be making as much dua as possible. Do not underestimate the power of dua in these months, in this night. It is a night of salam, as Allah Azza wa Jal says, Salamun hiya hatta matla'i al-fajr. And whoever stands this night, as the Prophet ﷺ has told us, whoever stands this night, imanan wa ihtisaba, believing in Allah Azza wa Jal, believing that you will meet Him one day And you will be accountable for each and everything that you did in this dunya. Believing in the reward and the fadl of this great night of Laylatul Qadr and this month of Ramadan, and the fadl of the Quran, wahtisaba, as well as seeking the reward from Allah Azza wa Jal. Why are you standing in the night praying Taraweeh behind the Imam? Not because your friends are here, not because you're going to go get a coffee after a few raka'at, but you are here for the pleasure and the reward from Allah Azza wa Jal. That is your intention. من قام ليلة القدر إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever does this, the Prophet ﷺ has informed us that his previous sins will be wiped away and forgiven. And subhanAllah, it's interesting why this hadith is repeated so much in regards to Laylatul Qadr, in regards to the month of Ramadan, and the different narrations. And wallahu a'lam, but perhaps it's because you cannot fill a cup which is already filled. Your heart is like a vessel. If you have a cup or a vessel that is filled already with the love of the dunya and so many sins, it's difficult to change and turn yourself back or to fill it with anything. But rather, if you empty it out with istighfar and forgiveness from Allah Azza wa Jal, then after Ramadan you can have a fresh beginning, a new start, bi'idhnillah. It can be a time of change. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Now what can we do in these last few nights that we have? Inshallah, we should continue doing whatever goodness we have been doing. And if we have not, then this is the opportunity. If you can pray 20 raka'at with the Imam, you pray 20 raka'at with the Imam. Especially tonight, as it could be Laylatul Qadr. And tonight we have the Khatma of the Quran. And not only that, whoever prays with the Imam until the Imam leaves, the Prophet ﷺ has informed us that he gets the reward as if he has prayed the entire night. Not only that, make sure you pray Salatul Isha and Salatul Fajr in Jama'ah. This will also enable you to get the reward of the entire night's worship, insha'Allah. Aside from that, try your best, as it is from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, that he would ahya laylahu, that he would give life to the night. He would stay awake and awaken his family members. If you're able to stay up the whole night in the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal, and if you need to rest in between, that is fine. Try to get whatever rest you can before Maghrib. But for some reason, if you need to rest at night, take your rest. But don't rest for too long, because you may miss out on the opportunity of the night of Qadr. In terms of dua, we know that whatever has been destined for you comes down for the year in this blessed night. So make as much dua as you can for the goodness of this world, but mainly for the akhirah. Because this world is very temporary. And Aisha radiallahu anha, she asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a famous hadith that, Ya Rasulullah, if I know that tonight is Laylatul Qadr, in alimtu Laylatul Qadri ma aqul, if I know that it's Laylatul Qadr, what should I say? So then the Prophet ﷺ instructed her and he said, قال قولي اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عني. He told Aisha radiallahu anha that if you know that it is Laylatul Qadr, then say this beautiful dua that I'm sure all of us know. That, O Allah, you are the oft forgiving and pardoning, and you love to pardon. So pardon me and forgive me. And it's a very interesting choice of dua. There was so many different things that the Prophet ﷺ could have told Aisha radiallahu anha. But he decided to tell her this dua of forgiveness and pardoning. And wallahu a'lam, but perhaps we want to come out of Ramadan. Perhaps the Prophet instructed her of this because the goal is to come out of Ramadan as pure as possible, and so that we can have a new beginning and only get better in our worship and closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal. We know that this is the night of the Quran, in which the Quran was revealed. So focus on re-establishing or establishing a relationship with the book of Allah Azza wa Jal. And make an oath to yourself that you will connect yourself to the Quran, and start tonight with this oath that you make. And in terms of your zakah, if this is the time of the year that you give your zakatul mal, then give it in these blessed nights. And also the zakatul fitr, which is mandated upon each family member. Make sure that you take that into account as well. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jal, with His infinite mercy and compassion, to allow us to reach this beautiful night of Laylatul Qadr, and allow us to be from the individuals who worship Him subhanahu wa ta'ala on this blessed night, imanan wa ihtisaba. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت نستغفرك اللهم من جميع الذنوب والخطايا ونتوب إليك. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.